You absolutely need a B2B business. Do not dick around with B2C. You're just asking for endless pain. It needs to be high price. It needs to be high margin. To the point where when you get a new customer, you need to be genuinely excited and happy. I have spent so many years in businesses where I've got a new customer and your instant gut reaction is, oh, so much work for no money. And you don't want that. And that's all you're going to get with a low margin business. You need to, if you want longevity in this, let's call it a lifestyle business, you need to be happy every time you get a new customer. And this is something I don't see many people talking about, but I mean, there's some businesses I was just dreading waking up every morning because it's like, the worst example is when I had my bullion business and a £20 order would come in for, like 1 or 2 silver coins or whatever. And because of the shitty systems I had at the time, and also it meant that because my net profit margin was 1.4%, it meant that I still had to go out and get all the sellotape and the bubble wrap and get 2 different coins, bubble wrap each coin, bubble wrap both of them together, put them into the big package, then print off the address label type thing. Then I'd still have to go to the post office and do £7.50 special delivery. All of that work just to make what is 1.4% of 20 quid or whatever, times 0.014, just to make 28p of profit. It probably costs more than that. Yeah, so I'd be doing that just for one sale. Obviously, I wouldn't go to the post office just for one. I'd obviously go in a big old. The post office guy used to hate me because I'd walk in with pretty much like a massive wheelbarrow full of packages. But anyway, I wasn't happy. So you need to be happy. High margin. It needs to be online based. I don't just avoid bricks and mortar. Online based. And here's the thing, they're the basic ones, and there's loads of other minute type stuff. So in your case, you could actually look for inefficient ones as well. So is there a B2B business which is actually just really inefficient? Because then you can come in and just streamline it. Also, are there potentially low margin businesses, like say a 10% net margin, which has potential growth? So when I used to do a lot of distressed businesses, I came up with I was playing around with a calculator. This was 7 years ago. I put a YouTube video out there. It's actually, you should, where is it? I think it's Siam Kid Double Profits Overnight. It's the only clickbaity title I've ever made, I think. Oh, come on, Starlink. Hurry up. Siam Kid Double Profits. Here we go. This one, 7 years ago.
Hey, Siam here, and in this video I'm
drinking lots of alcohol by the looks of it. Anyway, I realised, holy shit, in order to double your net profit every month, if you have a 10% net margin business, you only need to reduce your outgoings by 11.11%. So here, if you have business A, it makes 20k a month in revenue, 18k a month in outgoings, you got £2,000 a month in net profit, right? Well, if we fast forward this, what outgoings do you need in order to just double your profits? Well, you need to reduce your 18k a month of outgoings down to 16k a month, because then you got double profits. Well, what is that as a percentage? Reducing 18k down to 16k is an 11.11% drop. There we go. Boom. And so I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then I started playing around with numbers. It gets better the lower the margin the business is, but then once you go above sort of 15% net margin, it's hard to do cost cutting, because literally you could walk into any business right now and cut their costs by 11% and not hurt the business, easily. Whereas, yeah. So just play. So I found that just playing around with calculator. I've seen loads of videos copying that since then, but anyway, so yeah, you can look at stuff like that. Business. What business could you buy? See, it's a tough one. I know exactly the bit where you are looking for a specific niche or type of business that you can then laser in your focus on, and that collimating of focus is the hard bit. So yeah, I do see where you're getting, but either way, when in terms of the price, if 3K a month is your profit level, so really let's just say you need so 3K times 1.25. Yeah, I know. Let's just say you need something like £4,000 a month in revenue, and then try and think. What business? Let's say your product was 500 quid a month. That means you need. Is that 20 customers? Sorry, my math is so bad. £4,000 divided by 50, 80. No, £4,000 divided by 500. 8. Sorry, you need 8 customers. 8 clients. By the way, my pedantic definition between customers and clients is a customer is someone you do a one-off transaction with and there's no relationship, and a client is someone you do regular transactions with and you have a relationship with. You don't want businesses with customers, you need businesses with clients. So yeah. So what mini business could you set up that your product is 500 quid a month and just get 8 clients? Now, I always go back to the easy, low-hanging fruit here, which is either biz admin. So you can be a biz admin business. Social media. I know everyone's a social media freaking company these days, but there's still, especially in the video landscape, there is so much scope here. There's still so much scope. You could be some sort of a creative agency. I'm trying to think of ways that I can use AI, and all you're going to do is target businesses that just don't use it or are not aware of it, or because you'd be surprised. You ask 100 people on the street if they own Bitcoin. Not many people own Bitcoin. You ask 100 people on the street if they actively use AI for their businesses, and it'll be very low. Or if you ask 100 business owners, are you actively using AI to streamline stuff? The answer is still no. And we're 2 years into this hype curve at the moment. So, for Ercan, you are a very analytical, and you seem, from what I know of you, very organized. I think you'd be a really good, COO in any business, right? Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think you being a bit, setting up a business admin type business would be easy. Obviously, where you can cultivate an AI or a bunch of AIs to streamline a whole bunch of different activities within a business, and then go and offer that service to businesses. Now, it may have to be a lot cheaper than 500 quid a month, and I'm not sure exactly what you could do, but I know that for creative type stuff, there's new things happening every day. So, for example, here's something I found, I think 2 days ago. So when it comes to AI creative type stuff, I've been using AI imagery software since it came out, from Midjourney to DALL-E 2, all that sort of stuff. It's getting better and better. However, the character consistency is so hard. So for example, I've made a lot of children's books for my kids. So I put my kids to bed every night, and I read them books. I've made loads of children's books for them, where I've sat down and we've made books for each other. And so but the character consistency is so hard because you ask it for that character in a different scene, like, you know, winning a game or whatever, and the face will be completely different. You know, if it's an animal, it'll have 5 legs, you know, something like that. Whereas what's happened the other day, I stumbled across rendernet.ai. Now look at this. You can now create human faces, and they have a thing called face lock and body lock, so you can maintain the same face and then put that face on in different poses, or you can upload pictures into it and maintain the thing. So I had a little play with it. And like you can do all sorts. So you know, I uploaded Margot Robbie's face, and then you can turn it into, yeah, you can do whatever. Now I don't know what I don't know how you could use this in business, but the thing I'm trying to say is that character consistency, now that RenderNet has nailed it, it's going to be there for other stuff. So if you're trying to make cartoons, so that will be a lot easier. Now, obviously, I came up with a very seedy thought straight away. The obvious business model here is creating an OnlyFans type AI influencer thing. But yeah, that's not my bag. But yeah, it's getting good. And yeah. So yeah, it's going to be hard to distinguish, you know, AI model from a real person. Because it'll be, you know, if someone say, hey, are you an AI character? Are you human or AI? Prove it to me. Hold both your hands in the air and wave like this. Or send me a picture like this. You can now get the AI to do that, to try and prove it. Yeah, so this is going to lead to all sorts of shenanigans. But anyway, going back to Erjan's question, which doesn't have another create. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, just put more brain cycles to it, mate. Maybe start playing around with more AI tools, because when you figure it out, so if you go to ChatGPT and go to, 1 second, I'm just going to get it for you. 1 second. Ah, come on. Here we go. So if you log into ChatGPT, there's a thing on the left-hand side that says Explore GPTs. Click that. So you know how Apple, you know, Apple, the Apple Store and Android Play Store, you know, they created a new ecosystem of mobile phone apps. Well, OpenAI is creating a new ecosystem of apps. So people are building, you know, their own GPTs where they do all sorts of different things. So people have, you know, prompted it properly and crafted it really well. So I would have a little explore of all of these different GPTs, whether it's from productivity to research analysis to, I played with Wolfram, that's pretty cool, good actually. If you want to make graphs and charts and stuff like that. There's so many different things you can do here. Yeah. Songmaker, hey? But yeah, have a little play, and then you may find stuff that would just resonate with you.